about now.
You're all right. I can hear you. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Cool. Hold on a second, y'all. Let's get this thing. Let's get this party started. Let's get the party started. Okay, we ready? Like Freddie?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, what's going on? This is your girl Erica, and we have what D in the building or whatnot. We're gonna touch on a topic that's kind of like a little sensitive to everybody who like to cry. Um, I've been watching the social media, the internet, and they speak about children all the time. And I feel that children have too much control of what's going on in their mother's life, parents' life, and they have, to me, too much say so. So I don't know how Dee feels, but that's the way I feel. That's just the way I feel, that they have too much. They have too much control at this point. Now, for as things like being appropriate, like things that they wear that's like appropriate, like you have this new generation that's speaking about the trends. That's what you call them, I think, trendies or something like that. I'm simply confused about it. Maybe Dee can help me out. I don't know what a switch went around a little bit, but he may help me out so I can understand what's going on there. But what do you think? Do you feel that the kids have too much say so within the homes nowadays?
Yes. And I tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because the fathers were removed in the 70s and 80s. And a lot of us grew up in single parent homes and broken homes with grandmothers or with a mom or a dad. So we were deprived. So a lot of us didn't want to deprive our kids. So we gave them everything. We wanted to so-called be better parents than our parents. So we allowed our kids to tell us what they wanted to do. We allowed our kids to have everything, and it was no discipline.
So, okay, when you say the parents, the broken homes, the parents are not in the home, right?
Right.
But that's been going on for decades and centuries. And the reason why I'm gonna say that, because like the men went out and worked and the women stayed at home. We had more nurturing. Now I'll say we missing the nurturing with
Right.
mothers and kids, but
Right.
your a father that was in the home. You know how the old folks did it. They had children down the street. You know how it go, right?
Yeah.
And you know who
But it
is
was
who.
always a man somewhere around, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting to. That's what I'm getting to. There is always a man somewhere. I'm confused about where the disconnect went with that. You know what I'm saying? Like it was either the coach, in which you can't really trust that anymore, and that's crazy. It was even the teacher at the school. Nowadays you can't trust that, or you want to trust, but you're so scared because you don't know what's going on, right?
Right.
It was just always somebody there. The mother took care of everything. And I get kind of, I know we're going back to the kids, whatever, but I get kind of pissed off because they'll basically say, oh, the mothers, they need the father, which they do. I think, Phil, in my opinion, everybody needs a father or some type of man's figure in the home. But before we will start giving our children so much stuff, you had the mother there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? So she took care of everything, right? So we call him Papa. Papa came home late at night, 9, 10, probably doing 2 jobs, had his meal on the table, ate.
Yeah.
Nothing went wrong. He went to sleep, right?
Right.
So the new generation, like the new generation, you know, it's like this thing, like even with my children, I have an 18-year-old, whatnot, and it's like the women argue and tussle with their boys now. And
Right.
I really don't get it, you know, and I understand we gave them more and we probably shouldn't have, but at the end of the day, I seen the mother struggle, a grandmother or someone down the street, or my grandmother helped someone do certain things when they were out, down and out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I kind of get mad when they say because the guy is not home. A lot of men wasn't home. You know, they had their side chicks. They was respecting home at that point, but they were never at home. You know what I'm saying? And the woman was there doing everything. I think the nurturing is missing. I believe that's what I believe. But go ahead.
Well, I'll tell you something just from what you just said. Me and my dad are completely different by the fact that his dad wasn't around, so he was always around his mama and his sister. Fast forward to me, he raised me, and I had a mom in the home, but his views and my views of things is completely different. The man brings balance to the house. The female is for nurturing, and the man is the protector, and he shows the boys how to be protectors and how to be men. He shows the girls how a man should treat them. So yes, the mother is important, but the father is just equally important, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, no, I'm not gonna never doubt that. Like, for as the father's being just as important, they just make it as if he's the only important thing that brings value to the home, and that's why
I disagree. I
I don't.
The women,
if you look at
the restaurants on Mother's Day compared to Father's Day.
What do you mean?
Shit, you have to wait 2 or 3 hours to get in a restaurant on Mother's Day. On Father's Day, you can walk right in and sit down.
Because you know what, that woman, majority of women, because first and foremost, hold up, let me get you straight. First and foremost, men do not want to go out in public too much. Those
yes,
are men.
Do.
No, you don't. Not all of y'all. Like some of y'all, a handful of y'all. Because y'all have so much going on. Now, would that woman cook at home for her man? Yeah. Do I see women go buy more things for men? Yes, I do. Do I see women will buy things because I used to sell stuff. A woman would not buy stuff for another woman, but she'll buy. A man would not too much buy stuff for a woman, but a woman will buy stuff for a man. I know that for a fact. That's facts. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you might go by the restaurant and see on Mother's Day because a man have a mother. Regardless of they cannot get along all year, but when it comes to Mother's Day, even Father's Day for the old school guys, right? But the mothers, you're gonna see it packed because not even, and majority of the time the women initiate that because they are daughter-in-laws. So she's gonna be there, the mother is gonna be there, the grandmother is gonna be there, right? And the man just fall in line. He don't care about being up in the old restaurant, worrying about whatever. You get what I'm saying? But
I disagree. Look at how the people used to go. Look how the old men after church used to go to Ryan's and Golden Corral. Men like to go out to eat too. It's just the world teaches that your father isn't as important as your mother. So you gotta.
I difference that. I'm not gonna even lie.
Okay, you look at it in our communities. When you was talking about the transgenders or whatever,
okay,
you see more of that in the Black community than you see in any other race.
Because they publicize it. They publicize it more. That's why it's there, but they publicize it so much to make us accept that because that's something that Black people never would accept. Even if they felt that way, they would not. You know what I'm saying? They'll think a couple of times before they like act on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But think about it like this. Rap music, which is controlled by Black people, promotes it.
No,
White
if it's
people,
all about white people, rap music
well, I'm
is considered by
saying
white folks.
the actors and the rappers are always majority of the time going to be black. The most popular one
Right.
is promoted through rap music. So
Mm-hmm.
why is it that the Asians, whites, Hispanics listen to our music, but they don't pick up on the gay stuff, but our kids do?
Because we do anything that's trending. It like when the homosexuality stuff came out, that's a trend. I mean, I'm sorry to say it that way. It's like the 2000, the 88, 89 babies on up. They are taught in school about people whipping them, right? It's not a whipping anymore, it's called a beating, right?
Yeah,
They
yeah,
they went and said, "Did you get a beating?" And the kid looking like, "No, I caught a whooping." Did she hit you with this? Oh, that is considered a beating. You get what I'm saying?
right,
And I can promise you, they don't know what a beating is. You know what I'm saying? Your
right,
ancestors got beatings. That's what I don't get. That, but they changed the system changed a lot of stuff around, right?
right,
They actually changed a lot of stuff around to make you think that you're not doing good as a parent, right?
right.
They make you feel they start making women second guess, should I do this or should I do that? You know what I'm saying? And
I never caught whoopings.
hmm,
I never caught whoopings.
well, you must have didn't do nothing to catch one.
Yeah, yeah, I did a whole lot. But I tell you, it
That's
just
why they
shows the
ain't catch it.
difference. Yeah, I was bad. I mean, you got to think. I went to jail. I went to jail in 10th grade in St. Francisville.
Mm-hmm.
So my whole from 10th grade to 12th grade, I was making court dates.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. It's a different experience because my wife used to catch whoopings. I didn't. So when she used to discipline my
That's rare
kids,
though.
I would have to leave because I couldn't take it. Her whooping my kids. It hurt me just that bad.
But I mean, the thing is, like, I'm gonna say this: the ones that cry about getting beat, majority of the old people that want the certain society to feel sorry for them so they can get
Mhm.
more. You know, you see them on TV,
Right,
downgrading their parents. You beat me. I was hurt. Okay, she was probably hurt too because she told you what 100 times not to go do X, Y, Z, right? But you
right,
did it, and so you don't think there should be consequences for that, right? And
right,
to be honest, I mean, I just don't see nothing wrong with catching a whooping. You know what I'm saying? But I do have a problem when people are really abusing. The word abusing is different from catching a whooping, but they put them together now. So you really like they can call OCS, they could do this, they could do that, they could do that. You get what I'm saying? So you
right,
make parents second guess how they should parent, and it burns my butt. You know what I'm saying? Like you
right,
telling me how to raise my child when my child walked through the door, right? When your child walked
right,
through the door, you know if your child had done something or not done something, right? You
right.
could tell the language, right? Because you know you're a child, right?
Yeah,
And people outside looking in, that child goes somewhere because you just discipline them, but they sitting down at someone else's table that never got disciplined, does all this type of stuff. Parent never doing nothing. They'd convince your child at this point that that parent is doing them wrong, and I get mad for that, or
yeah,
whatnot. It happens like all the time. Your kids think like they should do this, or because they're going to these schools, and that's us, I'll blame myself for some stuff, right? Giving
right,
them this and giving them that, trying to give them chances to give them things, you know what I'm saying? Even when they
right,
haven't done right. And I'll just give it to them just to make sure, like, okay, well, you know, I think he didn't suffer long enough. When I done told him a month, I done chopped it down in about a week or two. You get what I'm saying? And
yeah,
when I should have still did a month. And
yeah.
we do that as women too. So it's just, I just think the system broke us, especially the integration thing. When we integrated
Well,
with other cultures that had nothing to do with our culture, and when our kids, when us start mingling and we wanted things, we figured the ways to get it, whether we hustled to get it. Like what, the 80s, 90s, that's when dope, drugs, 70s drugs hit the
Right.
scene, and black folks really wasn't making big money, right? So
Right.
they just start selling dope. So they say, okay, now I know the white man really smoked this stuff. So now this my boy. He got credit. Now I'm finna get what I want. So now you got millionaires, thousandaires, they're selling dope. And now the people, have to figure a way to put them in jail. But back then, 15, 20 years, 25 years, 30 years. Now that man is gone from his children,
Yep.
And a lot of them guys who sold dope was not bad people, They just did what they had to do because of those circumstances, you know what I'm saying? And that really broke up the homes there. That 3 strikes and you're out, killed it,
Right.
just killed it. And they made me so mad when they were like, Hillary's husband Bill was the first black president, because you know what I'm saying. But the whole time this man didn't broke up, just really trashed the black community,
Well,
So-
Biden, the one who wrote it.
Would you think I like Biden?
I say Biden is the one that wrote the law.
But do you think I like Biden?
Oh, nah. Nah, I think you on my side with Biden. I was trying to
I'm
tell
gonna be
black
honest. The
people,
only reason why I didn't want Trump in there no more, because a lot of people was gonna end up dead. You
they
get what I'm
still
saying?
ended up dead.
But listen to
You
what I'm
had
saying.
2 mass shootings in 2 weeks. Biden only been president 2 months.
But I'm not talking in that way. That mass shooting stuff is like spoiled brats going off because they think like you're taking something from them. You get what I'm saying? But when I meant by if Trump would have stayed in how them people came to the White House, if we'd have had another 4 years of him, we as us would have been battling with them. And that's on everything. You get what I'm saying?
But I think that's just propaganda. I tell you why. Because
Right.
my wife was telling me my wife wasn't about guns.
Right.
I've had guns and stuff, and she was always scared of them, didn't want them in the house. So when the other nurses that my wife knows started talking about the white people gonna riot and kill, it's gonna be a race war if Trump lose, she was on board with going to the range and getting a gun.
Right.
But none of that happened.
But
So-
it didn't. I'm gonna say this: that war wasn't for us, though. But if he'd have stayed in there 4 more years, that war would have been us. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because they really thought in their mind, right, that
Right.
they was above everything, right? Had he
Right.
won, we would have had a war. Now, what happened when they trashed the White House? That was out of anger. They're rebelling against their own. You get what I'm saying? Because they think the 1% didn't want him in there because he was not like, the president that they wanted. You know what I'm saying? Or would not, right? I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I did not like Trump. I hated the things that he did, right? But I knew in my heart that 4 years of him would have those other people. I'm gonna say other people thinking they was above like some of the stuff. You got these Karens and all this stuff. It'd have been 10 times worse. That's just what I believe. You know what I'm saying?
I just think
Yeah, he
all of
won.
that was. I don't think it was real.
What you don't think was real?
I don't think the whole thing with the riot. I think that was all like what they call a psyop, which is short for psychological operation.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you why I say that.
So why you think
When-
they're in jail? They arrested like 90-something people and won't let some people out though.
Yeah, but they had black people there. So if these was the racist people that people say they were, why they didn't string all the black people up that was in the crowd with the Trump people and hang them and do all this racial
but-
stuff?
But they also had black people watching us while we were in the field too. You know that, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying the Black Lives Matter guy was
I don't
there
like
with
them.
the Trump people.
I don't, he was there. He already stated why he was there. He filmed everything and he turned that stuff over to the cops. He was
Yeah,
there
but
to
he was all. How could the Black Lives Matter guy be around these so-called racists? You got Antifa around. I think Antifa and one side of the BLM is all
right.
government informants that's
Well, I
sent.
mean, they're aware. They're trying to get them now. They own a listen. When them people wasn't worried about us. You know who they was worried about? Those senators. The only reason
But
why
how did they
anybody
get in
getting
there?
arrested. What you mean? They say they let them in there.
You,
They
yeah,
let
but
them in there.
you can't just walk up to the Capitol like that. If you remember last year, they had a black
Trump
woman that
told them.
made
Trump wouldn't allow the people to come.
right. But you got to
That's how
remember
they got there,
they had a black woman made a U-turn in front of the White House
and they
last
killed
year,
them.
and they killed her. So how
But
could
then
you?
Trump delayed, would not call for help. Trump did that because he knew they were
Right,
coming.
but you can't just walk up to it. That's what I'm saying. I done been down there by all those monuments. You can't just walk up there like that.
What you
I
mean
done
they had
lost your
inside
sound.
people that was with that? That's why. Like they
Yeah, I
knew.
got you now.
You can't hear me? They had people like right. They had people inside that was helping them. They had people that they said some of the senators allegedly had this thing on their suit that they took off or they put on so that they won't be identified or hurt if they caught up with them.
Okay,
Sure
but
did.
but
That's what they
but
say now.
you're making my point right. No,
Well, I'm
nothing
not.
that
I
happens,
mean,
nothing that happens in the government doesn't have inside help. Just
I
like the
said that.
JFK, just like JFK. I mean,
Right.
it's all set up to is a psychological operation to get a point across so they can pass legislation.
Right.
Now, all of a sudden, after this stuff in Colorado, Biden trying to pass gun control again. Gun control is for people that follow the law, not criminals or bad guys. They're gonna get the guns anyway. They're
All
not
they
going
gotta
to
do
the
is
store to buy guns.
take them out. All they gotta do is remove those type of guns. No one human that's not in the military should have a gun like that. It's just you shouldn't have a
So,
gun like that.
so the $1,000 gun that I just bought, I'm
You
supposed
need to
to
give it
just give
back.
it to the government.
Yeah, you
Why?
should. Because what?
Why?
Okay, what if you have that kid that one? You know, you not saying that your children were doing anything crazy. What if you have that? You're mature to have that gun, okay? But what if you have a child like a lot of these kids are doing, right? Getting
Right.
mad, going get their daddy's gun, right? And they
Okay.
going, you see what's going on. It has nothing for me. I think the mind frame or you shouldn't carry those type of weapons in your home. You know what I'm saying? Around your children, teens, especially children that you know you're barely at home, so you don't know what that child going through. You get what I'm saying? You at work. A lot of these women be at work. They looking on TV. Their son then killed entire group of people for no reason. You get what I'm saying? That's the
A
only
regular
reason why.
Glock
Like,
got
I
you.
think, yeah. So if I don't think that y'all shouldn't have it, but on the strength of these teens and the mind frame of these teens and these teens, man, I ain't never seen so many people have. The suicide rate is the highest I ever seen in my life. This new generation will kill themselves if they don't have a pair of Jordans. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's the only reason why I say just take them. You know what I'm saying? If you're a gun collector, you should have a place for those guns that's not in your home around children or teens or whatever, you know?
Okay, a regular Glock, 9mm still hold 10 shots. You can still kill 10 people.
Anything that is deadly, a human
Okay.
being that's not trained, or if you have children, teens, and the only reason why I'm saying that is because of the mass of things that took place for the last couple of years, right? And it's
Right.
not getting better. So you should keep your gun, and your next door neighbor should keep his gun. The man down the street should keep his gun. But one of them have a child that has that what's that polo? What you call that shit? That's
Bipolar.
bipolar disorder or whatever he is. he think like the world is against him, right?
Right.
And he just get up one morning, oh, my daddy got that over there. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'll just go get it. You, even though you know that you got that for the right intentions for you, right? But
Right.
you'll feel 100% like shit if that boy go kill 20 or 30 people with something that you purchased. I don't understand how people don't see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even about you owning a gun. It's about how do we stop these children, or we stop these grown folks. All that stuff not mental, is not no mental craziness. That's just them privileged people who think like they're losing something. You get what I'm saying? You know,
Okay.
they're gonna blame it on something. Like, okay, so if we can't solve it, we can't stop it. What should you do? Just take it. You can't kill somebody with automatic if you don't have it. Now, if you get a regular gun and kill somebody, that's something for me to protect your home. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get the lid off or whatever. Like if you hunt, whatever, you should have a cabin. You should have certain things to accommodate yourself and what you like to do for is your habits, right? But when it comes down to your livelihood, your home, you have to make sure that I don't have a kid that's like this, because you don't know. Like you know how you think you know your kid, and you see these people, and I feel sorry for some of them because they really didn't know their kid was feeling like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now they feel like shit because their kid and killed somebody they don't know. Now just imagine them people in that church praising. Okay. Young boy, young punk just walked in there, right?
Yeah.
All them people for nothing.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. The bad guys gonna always have a assault rifle. So you take them from us, the gangster dudes, the white supremacists, they gonna always have them because they don't care about the laws because they criminals. So I give you an example.
Criminals. Some of them kids, majority of them kids is going their daddy gun shelf and go get one of them damn things. The majority of everybody who killed somebody, they children was not thugs. They children was children. Yes. Look, go look. Like majority of those kids that has been doing massive shootings, they either join an organization through online. A lot of that stuff come from online. People brainwashing for one thing. A lot of them kids, either that gun is given to him some type of way. Majority of people, they didn't win in their mama house and got them guns, bro.
Okay, but that's what I'm telling you. It's all propaganda. Why worry about the Atlanta murders, but you don't worry about the black dude up in Indiana that killed the 4 people over stimulus checks?
You think
because it's not making the news.
Oh yeah, it made the news. It made the news, and I talked about it because I think that was the most. That part saddens me 100% because the what I've been saying for the last couple of years, men been hurting women in a massive.
She killed a 7-year-old too.
Yeah, what you mean? A child, the mother, and 2 guys, right? Yep. And so I'm talking about. I'm looking at on the internet, right? These men are killing their baby mamas, right? For what? Right. So those things bother me bad because we have this stuff, like it's like we have like the world and lost control of a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Our neighborhoods and lost control of a lot of stuff, right? You can't go in my neighborhood and I can tell you I know anybody that's in, like if I go in Alston right now, I can't tell you one person I know. Not one. Well, if I go in Lincoln Heights subdivision where majority my grandmother and them was there since the beginning of time, I might know one on one street or 2, you know, on each street. But everybody on there, you don't know them people, and them people don't know you.
Yeah. Well, that's because we wanted to live out with the white folks up in Zachary and Slaughter and all that. We abandoned our neighborhoods because it got so bad. And the crime was out of control. Could you imagine living off Plank Road right now, or in Dixie, or in those areas? I mean, I couldn't imagine it. I mean, it go back to what we was talking about earlier with the whoopings. I don't think whoopings are effective today. I think that You setting
Nothing is
that kid up.
affected. Nothing is affected.
I think you setting that kid up to be violent, especially a boy
I don't
when
think
his
so.
mom is punching him or slapping him or roughing him up. I mean, she emasculating him. So he take that rage, and everybody that he encounters, he's ready to kill at the drop of a dime.
I difference that. I definitely do. Let me tell you some majority of these young boys beating the shit out their mamas. You hear me? So a mama is even scared to even hit their damn sons. I watch. That's why I was telling you how boys now, they were all, look, a young man, when my son became like 14, he's taller than me, he's bigger than me. You get what I'm saying? And he stood up, my last one, and he looked at me like straight in the eye, right? And I had to show that I'm just as crazy as he is, right? I had to do that. You know why? Because if I didn't do that, my oldest son would have had to whoop the, you know what I'm saying, up out of him. Tell me, I would never hit my mama, but it was like you were trying to intimidate me. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You get what I'm saying? Right. I think the anger comes, like, this stuff is not fed from the home. I'm telling you, like, I promise you, like, if I ain't have it, they had it. Just listen to what I'm saying. So they wasn't hurting from clothes, shoes, whatever, or me. I took my life and built my life around his. He played football, he traveled, he did all this stuff. I did everything I felt that I needed to do as a mother, right? But at the end, my child mingles in school with other kids, right? He go to other kids' house where he see these children talking to their parents like XYZ, right?
Right.
So he'll come talk to me about it, right? And we'll be laughing, right? Before this happened, right? And so he was like, I looked at him like, man, you crazy. I did that to my mama. Lord have mercy, right? I just think kids don't have fear in their parents. They don't have fear in God, even if God is real or not, right? They don't have fear in nothing, like nothing. So if you don't have fear,
but how many of them that try to fight their dad? That's what I'm saying. When the man brings the balance to the house.
Man,
even if
I don't want boys talk to their dads like, and that man, and a lot of men is just good men, and it don't come from the home. They eating
always
outside
be an
the
outside
home,
influence.
Yeah, whatever they eating outside home, they try to bring it back in, and their father ain't having. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'll tell you this. Did you ever hear of they did an experiment called, it was something about the elephants. They were on a reserve. They took all the females and young boy elephants and transferred them and left the men elephants there, the fathers there. As soon as they got to the new place, the baby elephants were trying to rape and tear stuff up and all that. Soon as they brought the male elephants in, they got everything under control instantly. So that's what I'm saying.
I don't know why
the man brings the balance.
But I don't understand why they bring us in experiments with fucking animals. They do that like all the time. Like,
but that's
at
real.
At the end of the day, we our mind, we can think, we can function better than an animal. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but elephants are smart.
But that's what they say. But listen, that's what they say, But I'm gonna say this. I mean, I know we're gonna go at it for a minute about this, but I just don't believe, I do believe that men do bring balance. I'm not gonna lie and say they don't, because if I say you don't, I'll be lying, right? So I'm not saying y'all don't bring value, balance, none of that, right? The only problem I have with stuff is they try to, like, if your child 18, you're trying to show them life. They don't want you to show them nothing because they want to be the ones that show them so they can mess up. Like, my child get 18, I want him to experience what is credit, what is this, what is that, right? Just say your son go get drafted to go to LSU, right?
Right.
That man is not going to tell a white man you can't talk to your child about right or wrong, whatever, because now they think they own it, right? I see people all the time. Like I had a person say, yeah, because y'all be saying y'all babies. I said, first and foremost, I don't have a baby. I have a young man that's been trying to become a man. That's what you're talking about. Because they use certain words, right? And some people take those words and eat them up, women, like black women. Like, you got to let your baby go. I said, I'm going to let him go when I know that he's strong enough to not let him go. Like I'm holding on to him. I just don't want you to fuck him over. You get what I'm saying? So what's wrong with me or my son talking to me about, you know what I'm saying, whatever's going on? And if I'm experienced enough or the father's experienced enough to tell him, right, you want to be the person to say you've done everything, right? I got a problem with that. You know, they go to LSU or any college, right?
Okay.
You hear it all the time. They'll tell a black person in a minute, you got women at that, you got to let your baby go. Yeah, your baby. You got to let your baby go. And I had to tell the guy, like, I don't have any babies anymore. I have a young man that's trying to become a man, and I refuse to allow someone to just tell him anything and it's supposed to go that way. You get what I'm saying? I give him options to make those decisions, but we're gonna, you know, as a family unit, you want to still talk to your child. You're not gonna tell. I told you, you're not gonna tell a white person that. So don't ever in your life tell me nothing. I said that's what you call that mentality. I told that man, that's that mentality. You trying to wean my child away from me or whatever. You know, like I let my children make their decisions. I get mad because I see the future. I know what you can do. I know what you're capable of doing. Now it's up to you not to want to do it. Society got our kids thinking they can be all this stuff because they see other people doing it, right? So they want the easier route instead of going the way that you know your child, right? You know what your child can and cannot do because you can see through it all, right? But society got your children thinking like, you know, nah, I don't think you should do that. Go rap.
Yep.
Now you 40 years old, 50 years old, still in the damn studio, ain't working. Baby, they got babies everywhere. Baby mama still taking care of your motherfucking ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know a bunch of them like that.
So that's what hurt me so bad. Like the kids, like the structure, it's like they done took stuff from us, you know, like for me, I'm talking about me. Like they took me being happy, like at the end of that road. Like I'm at the end, right? I'm at the end of the road, right? With my child, right? I want to enjoy and watch the man that you can be, and I know you can be. But you have, there go friends, there go people know more than what you know. And you went through that battle with that child, and you struggled with that child to get that child what the hell you needed to get him. And here you go at the end, right? You know what I'm saying?
I tell you like this.
Okay.
I grew up, both of my parents in the home. Okay. I never had Jordans. I used to see all the dudes at Baker High with Jordans and stuff. And my parents made good money. I mean, we wasn't poor. I mean, we were some well-off black people. So when I'm seeing such and such got the newest Jordans every time they come out, he living with his grandmama, and I got two parents. I'm like, damn, his life is better than my life. Look, he get everything he want. But most of those guys that got everything they wanted end up getting in trouble because once that lifeline was taken from them and they couldn't get the latest clothes and jewelry and shoes, they turned to crime. Whereas with me, I mean, I didn't get my first pair of Jordans.
You know what? You're right about this. I definitely have to agree with you on it because, like I said, my last one, when we started saying no, he didn't understand it. Yep. He got the line a lot, and you know, and he get mad when you like look at him, you know. And I love him to death, but that's just what the new generation doing. I'm sorry, that's. And I thought I was the only one going through it. So I talked to other people who have kids my age. And the lady was like, he's getting his own apartment. Yeah. When you think you're growner than me, or you think you the alpha, and I'm the alpha of this castle, you got to go be your own alpha. You know what I'm saying? And I
Right.
mean, he's not a trouble child. He don't get in trouble, no nothing. And I'm thank God for that much. But I just know he can do better. That's it. You get what I'm saying? You
Right.
know, and I mean, these kids, like even with like right, when we get back to the kid thing, right? What's appropriate, right? Like,
Okay.
what do you think about like, okay, we got daughters, right? And you got these
Right.
young boys that say they girls, right? Which, you know, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not with it. I'm just not. I don't care what they do. You know, I don't care. Your private life is your business. I will not ever hate somebody because they want to be a certain way. Let me make that clear, right?
Right.
But if my 10, 9, and 8 year old daughter cannot get nails, right?
Right.
Why is it okay for this young man who say he's a girl to be able to get it? Those are things I got a problem with. You know, you see on the internet these boys saying that they transgender, they girls, they women, and all this other stuff. They be
Right.
glammed up like they grown.
Yep.
Do you think that type of stuff is appropriate?
No. My thing is, I know you're gonna get mad at me when I say this, but it go
No,
back
I'm
to
not.
what I said before. Giving kids everything and absence of a strong male in the home.
Okay, so what about Dwayne Wade? Why you think his son like that? Trying to get whatever. What you think? He
I
had the
think
father. He had a mother.
some of the pictures I see of Dwayne Wade, I kind of wonder about him sometimes. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. I
Hmm.
mean, if he bisexual and that's him and Gabrielle's thing, I mean that's their thing. But some of the pictures I done seen of him look suspect. So I mean, that little boy calling him her and she and all that, I could never do that to one of my sons because I see black men as warriors. I see them as people who once ruled the world. So you're not gonna tell me that a girl that wear boys' clothes is all of a sudden a boy, and a guy that wear girls' clothes is all of a sudden a girl. I
It's an
mean,
illusional though. They don't have everything. That's what I get mad about. Like you have the outside features, but what about the inside? At the end of
what?
the day,
That's what I'm telling you. My dad, the way my dad was hard on me, I mean, my dad was hard on me every day. I couldn't
well,
lay in the bed on Saturday mornings at 7 o'clock. He was knocking
that's
on the door saying, "Get up
everybody.
out this bed."
That's everybody. That's it.
Yeah.
Look, hey, you came up in my era for real, for real. Look, I'm on the
So,
side of the bed with the cover. Look over my head. They
yeah.
passing by the room with the door open. They think I'm up, cleaning up. I done fell back to sleep and rolled under the bed. Well, look, hey, I got some tricks for real. Look, I done went in the closet, all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So trust me, we come from the same cloth.
Yep. I
They
couldn't have.
we,
I couldn't have never told my dad I want to wear girl clothes, and it was understood to me when I was younger. Boys don't do that. Boys don't act like that. Boys don't talk like that. Boys don't walk like that. I had my dad. I also had uncles. It was always a man around whenever all the kids were together.
right.
So you don't have none of my cousins that may have been molested by none of my girl cousins that was molested by one of us. You don't have none of my boy cousins that was molested by one of my aunts or one of
Mm-hmm.
my uncles because somebody was always around.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the girls I hear that are studs or whatever, they say they were molested or whatever.
I think that's a bunch of bullshit. Some of them, like some
Yeah,
of them, I think for sure something happened, and maybe they are genuine like that. You
yeah,
know, I'm gonna be honest. Like when you're young and you growing up as kids, you may have done stuff as a child playing football. You touching your cousin. Your family would say, "Look, this is your cousin. She's a girl. You don't do that. That's family." You get what I'm saying? Or you can't hump a boy because boys don't do. You know how like when you little,
yeah,
you don't understand none of that shit, right?
yeah,
But nowadays, you don't got nobody to tell you. If he want to do that, let him do it. You get what I'm saying? Or you don't give him the opportunity to grow into whatever he's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I give you. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm just saying you don't give them the opportunity or say no. You know what I'm saying? I understand you don't understand what you're doing. And if your mind frame is not developed enough to have sex nowadays, quote unquote, right?
Right.
At 14, 15, they call a man a predator now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They call them predators, right?
Right.
So, and you're not supposed to have sex when they've been doing it for decades. Like girls, I know, no man made them do shit, but they will. If a man did it, he got caught. You know what time it was, right? So, you know, people. I don't know. This thing is just weird. You know what I'm saying? Like it just.
There's nothing new under the sun. It's funny that you said that about the girls. I'll give you a good example. My great grandmama was born in 1908.
Mm-hmm.
My aunt was born in 1920, and my grandmother was born in 1921.
Mm-hmm.
So she had two kids at 13 years old. Had her first kid at 12. But I say that to say this. I mean, I wouldn't want no 40-year-old man having sex with my 12-year-old daughter, or 13-year-old daughter, the way they did back then. But you got to give it up to my great grandmama at 12 years old. You raising two kids. Y'all still working in fields and stuff. My grandmama now was from up in Jackson, Louisiana.
Right.
So you got to think she working in a field with two girls.
But they said back then, like man changed everything though to make everything to go against big stars like R. Kelly and all these people, right? So they could lock them up. Like Elvis even mowed his allegedly mowed his own wife.
Yeah.
Took
she was
her at 13,
like 14 years old or something like that.
No, 12, 13, kissing her and all type of stuff, molding her into what he wanted, allegedly.
Yeah.
So my thing is, y'all going out, y'all do. They use like I'll go along with the propaganda stuff with you. They use certain things to do what they want to do with people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got a 14, 15-year-old girl. You trying to charge this man with, I don't know, trafficking, whatever, all the charges, right? You got a grown ass man sitting in the feds, right? But their parents not in the feds. She was 14, 15 years old. What the fuck you talking about?
Yep. I'd have been said
such a big crime, why the parents' ass need to be in there too?
Right, because R. Kelly says because the payment stopped. Because you know he married Aaliyah when she was 15, and
that's allegedly.
They want to say,
yeah. You gotta say allegedly now.
Well, they got the marriage certificate online for that.
Well, we still got to say allegedly because the mamas, everybody steady, whatever. I mean, I get what you're saying. You know, they be offering shit like we want to keep this little live be going. You feel me? But I do. You know what I'm saying? I do believe it happened. But yeah, I believe I can fly. You feel me?
Yeah, I believe that payments were being made and somebody didn't get paid. So here you go. I mean,
I just believe, in my opinion, everybody needs to go to jail. And if he see himself in the sink, I'll sink the whole fucking ship at this point.
Yeah.
On God.
Well, hey, you know, we believe in burning the house down. All it took was one person to go to the police, and that was it. And now you got all these girls, just like, I don't know if you heard of the thing with Deshaun Watson out here. You got women saying all kind of stuff. The lawyer put a link online. Huh?
T.I.?
No, the quarterback of the Houston Texans. You ain't seen that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's a black guy. He like 20, I think he like 23 years old, and it's got up to 16 girls now. They massage.
That shit so much. Let me tell you something. There's no way. If you know what I'm saying, like it just burns me up. They have to build people who either he had encounters with or they're trying to get money. Like T.I., I don't think he's gonna break, and I hope he don't. I believe in the party stuff, but do I think them girls don't know what they going for? That's bullshit.
Yeah, I think that. Well, somebody wants to say online that allegedly, like you say, Ti is being put in this spot because he didn't do what he was supposed to do when Illuminati or whatever got him off with them gun charges a few years ago.
Good.
I mean, because think about it, he was a felon and he got caught with all those guns, and he got out of jail.
But they did him. No, he didn't get out of jail. He did time for them for sure.
But yeah, he didn't do. He was supposed to get life, I think they say, because
no, the feds, the guy took up from him because one of the guys, the federal agent, showed him a list, and his name was on the hitman list. Yeah. They was aware they had to give him time because obviously he wasn't supposed to have the guns. Right. So that's why they were more leaning on him because allegedly, okay, let me say it again, allegedly. He was on the hitman list, right?
Right.
For to be killed. So you're going to get something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. See, I had never been to jail. So obviously he going to get up to 5 years to 10, right?
Right.
He never been in trouble. The feds is on the point system. So he can get the less or he can get the max, right? He'd been in trouble, but I don't think he ever did time or nothing like that. Or I know he never did nothing for the feds, right? Or whatnot. But I think my thing is with him, I just don't think he's gonna shake. And I hope he don't, because he has a lot of people behind him. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't believe it's a Illuminati. I believe that they're trying to hush him up because he have this massive influence. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When he come down, if something happened, he go talk to the people. You know what I'm saying? He make them apologize. He shut down white businesses.
Yeah.
Elite businesses.
Yeah.
So I don't believe that it was no Illuminati. It was to shut him the fuck up. And they used that whore to do it. I say that. And
yeah, but it's they piling on too. I say, yeah, but the women is steady piling on in Atlanta on T.I.
Dumb people she know, boo, because you know she brought the women to the party. You hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
He's not denying that they didn't come. He's denying that they was nothing was consent.
Right.
Like they knew. You come on now. You know what type. They have pictures of them naked with white holes everywhere.
Right.
I mean, allegedly, I seen them, but you know. With them, whatever they doing, drugs, allegedly, the drugs part. You get what I'm saying? Tied in everybody naked. You feel me?
Yeah.
So you know what time it is when you going to those parties, and then you got one girl, she was doing drugs, she driving school. No, bitch, she was doing drugs because you was partying like a rock star. You get what I'm saying? Right. That's what make me so mad with these women, because they fail at something. You gotta blame something for something. A lot of girls, like my daughter went to school, right? And her first year, they gonna turn up. You know what I'm saying? She never did drugs like that, but they not worrying about no damn school. Southern back then, when she hit Southern, parties every other fucking day. What do you think finna happen to them kids?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So if you got involved in the wrong thing, you might have done it. Talking about she had to drop out of school because she got on drugs. She had a bright future. Girl, little hoe. I seen the homecoming queen for Scotlandville get a train ran on her, on guard. One of the girls there, she was the homecoming queen. I was about 18, 19 years old. I ain't never in my life, bro. Like my baby father, he was in the streets. My first girl father, right? And I promise he told me, I want you to see this because I don't want you to ever, ever, ever get that in your head that you need to do drugs. Let me show you what drugs do to you. Girl look good, bad. You wouldn't even know she was on it. You get what I'm saying? She went in there and I was like, that woman ain't finna do that. You know me, like I'm looking like she looked good, hair done, brick house. You know what I'm saying? Coke bottle, you know, cornbread fed type Coke bottle. You feel me? No work done. That black, that real black sculpture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm waiting. I'm sitting in the car. She ain't never come back out. So now I'm seeing dudes in and out. So I'm thinking it's a click house. You get me? So I'm thinking people just going. I said, boy, stop. Say, boy, stop playing. That woman, he made me get out the car. When I hit the door seal, she told them ain't nobody else getting none behind a $10 rock on guard.
Damn.
That's where I have a problem with women. The thing, see, take that back. I have seen a lot of things that women would do on their own. A lot. I have saved young girls in my city, Baton Rouge, for men like running through them. You get what I'm saying? Because they in high school want to go down the street with a guy where they see with the baby bones and the gold dipped in gold and candy apple, paint jobs and stuff. They want a part of that. But you want to blame that man for her walking her hot ass out that school going holler. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I was saying. 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old girls, bro, like I know, like some of that's like, now there are women, like just don't get it twisted, that not asking for nothing. And they do get raped. And them the ones that don't speak up. Now you got some women, because that man don't want them, they'll send them to jail.
Okay. Let's flip to the other side and bring it back around to that. Do you think, because I know the stuff with Mayweather and NBA Youngboy, he was upset. You think about it. Mayweather give his daughter everything she could possibly want. And she chooses to bring NBA Youngboy into their DNA, into Mayweather's bloodline. Those two bloodlines should have never even crossed. She got a father there with her. Okay. Do you think NBA Youngboy would be what he was today if he was brought up in a two-parent home with a father in the house? Because to me, he just seems like he's angry because of what he went through down there. I think he's from the Park or somewhere, huh?
I think from Chippewa, something like that.
Right there off of 38 in Choctaw, I think.
Chippewa Street.
Okay.
I don't know him personally, but obviously I done heard a lot of stuff about him. Even when he came out and rap, I know everybody, you know what I'm saying, especially young boys. Some of the newer ones I don't know because I haven't been home. But I don't, to answer your question, I think fame got him that angry. You get what I'm saying?
So you don't think he was that angry before?
Like, who knew him?
But you be hurt.
I'm trying to tell you, who knew him? Like, you'll know when a child, like being in the streets, like certain people, like I know a lot of like people that's in the streets. You get what I'm saying? Like some people some people in the streets, they come from good people. They just what they choose, right? I just think like he was 16, 17 years old, becoming a rapper, right? And
getting all that money, and you got the media, the shade room, all these people following this young man, right? And he has a young girlfriend. And back in the day, when you young like that, if you're in love, you might fight your girlfriend. You get what I'm saying? So everything he done was in the media, right? So I'll be angry too. Like, I can't even be, this boy said it, I can't even be 17. You know what I'm saying? And do what 17-year-old people do. He said that out his mouth. Yeah, but are you willing to give up all your fame to be 17?
But who's gonna do that? Like honestly, who's gonna do that? Nobody. That young man got off of social media and everything. They still fuck with him. He deleted his Instagram. He tried to get the people off of him, however, but they still fuck with him.
But okay, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. Young brothers like that not gonna listen to older guys like me because they've been
If they
around.
wouldn't have left him to the wolves, if they wouldn't have left him to the wolves, straight up, a lot of them guys figured a way.
No, I
to
ain't
stop
talking about
drugs.
them. I'm not talking about the guys he around because they obviously not advising him and guiding him the right way. I'm saying
they were. He not listening. He just not listening.
He would never listen to Master P or Boosie or any of them older guys because all of them then told him through social media, you got to leave Louisiana. So why keep on coming back?
He's not in Louisiana.
That's what he got picked up for. I remember when it happened.
He was in California when he just got picked up.
I'm saying he got picked up from that day when they was recording a video on Choctaw last summer and they had drugs and guns and the police rolled up on the video shoot and he got away, but they know he was there because it was a video shoot. That's what he got arrested for yesterday.
No, he got arrested for another gun charge too. He had a warrant. Yeah, he had a warrant in Louisiana too. But
right, that's what the warrant for.
The thing is, he don't live in Louisiana, but I mean, he shouldn't be like, he should not be banned from coming home to want to shoot a video. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if you're gonna come home and you know these people got an eye on you, why? You don't even hear a Master P coming to Baton Rouge no more.
I'm gonna be honest. He don't come to Baton Rouge because of what they did him to make him leave.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But the same police.
He's grown. He's grown. That boy's still under 21. He's about what, 19 still?
Okay, but the same people. The same people that did it to Master P is the same people that's following him, that followed Boosie around. It's the same people. It's the same police officers.
I mean, they gonna stop. They're gonna have to take the influence the people, the legislators and the senators and the Congress people and stuff like that. Let me tell you something. My baby father, oldest one, right? My oldest daughter, baby father, was in the streets. He sold drugs, right? He had a whole lawyer. Let me tell you something. Lawyers can do what the fuck they want to do. And I ain't gonna even cap on it. When I tell you what his name, what was the name of that cop? Wolf, and it was another cop. What the other cop was? He was dirty. He'll take their dope and resell it, all that. You feel me? Sometimes he'll take them to jail, sometimes he wouldn't take them to jail. He paid his lawyer. Do you hear me? Whatever that lawyer told them fucking people, they couldn't come within. If they had a problem with him, if they had whatever, they had to contact his lawyer. Do you hear me? I don't know what that lawyer told them, because every time they see highway and come behind them, didn't turn the lights on. You feel what I'm saying? And they done it. But whatever that lawyer told them, even if he was to be arrested, they had to contact the lawyer to turn him in. So lawyers can do a lot of stuff. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot can be done on a lawful way when it comes down to, why are you at this photo shoot? Because this photo shoot, evidently, you should have, what you call them things to get permission to have
permit. The video.
Why are you at this photo shoot and not have a permit to even do it? You get what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Or you did it and the people say F you. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know what the circumstances was, but at the end of the day, if I'm successful and I come from Baton Rouge, like if I ever, whatever, get stuff, whatever, I would come back home and give. I just think that the younger people don't listen to the OGs because a lot of them be hating on them so bad. A lot of people didn't like our music.
I don't believe that.
Yes, they do. They do. They do. They do. They do.
I think they don't listen because they can only accept from a woman. A lot of the young boys that was raised by women will never listen to a man.
No, let me tell you, these dope dealers went to jail in the 80s and 90s. A long motherfucking time. Do you hear me? 40, what that man was, Judge Sanders. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
They called him the hang judge. He stepped down because the mob allegedly told him that this how close I can get to you because they had somebody that them people weren't playing at all.
Forgot all about him.
Remember that? They was giving them men 40 years, 40, 15. You know what I'm saying? Life sentences. You get what I'm saying? Back then, he was the reason why Baton Rouge got so clean. Like the streets had at one point slowed down because they were mad. Them black boys, they were getting a paint job like 4,500, 5,500, 6,500. You know what I'm saying? 10,000. We going to Southern. We going to Southern and Grambling game. They preparing their cars to go. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is, a lot of the dudes that really was hustlers went to jail. So now you got your nigga that kind of like your fall guy, right? He the nigga that's supposed to take that charge, right?
Right.
He don't got the hustle that you have, but he's always around. You always taking care of him. You always doing whatever. See, when you leave people like that out, they have the stories, but they're not their stories. So those are niggas that are acting like they fucking OGs. You get what I'm saying? And those are niggas that are raising your children.
Yeah.
Pointing fingers. He still ain't finna do nothing, but he finna point fingers to let him know. Now you telling a 20-year-old, 25, he's an OG. That burns me up. He just got off the poach at 18.
Yeah, but I don't think he got no older men around him. All the guys I see around NBA YoungBoy look like they about his age, or a little bit older.
He got older people. Even the boy who was, I guess he was. I don't even know how they go, but I think he was one of his CEOs. The boy that got killed, Dump, whatever they be talking about all the time. He have people above him, and I'm gonna say this one time. A lot of people get mad when I say this. That stuff when they broke into his Houston home, because that's where he lived, in Houston. He moved out of Baton Rouge. He has a Houston home, and when them boys broke into his place, they took one set of keys to whatever, and then you had what's his name? The old dude, like the dude that everybody respect. What's his name?
Jay Prince.
Yeah, I am super happy he told Jay Prince what he told him. I ain't gonna even lie, because as a man that's really in the streets the way he was, and how he can call shots and he can call certain things, that's something you put on the internet should have never been done. And so he had to rebuttal, because I know your brother and I know you're a shithead. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you live. You know what I'm saying?
Who said that?
He said that.
NBA YoungBoy told.
NBA YoungBoy dogged this motherfucking ass out. I don't need no. His words was,
"Oh yeah.
If you really want to XYZ, you know how to hit me up. Get on the internet with you." He was right though. Like he really was right.
I don't agree.
I agree. I do.
But see, that's what I'm telling you.
Ain't no press about you. Oh, I got your stuff. You could come get it. He made a video. I just don't agree with that. Like if he would have told him man to man as an OG, instead of going to the internet as if it wouldn't be for me, now you owe me a favor type deal. You get what I'm saying? That's what I took it as.
Yeah, but you talking about somebody that is levels to this shit. You talking about somebody that got higher ups that NBA YoungBoy don't even know yet. I mean, so matter. When you disrespect
you the man. I don't respect. Like I'm just telling you, I'm an OG for real. Like I'm just keeping it real. Like niggas don't do that.
To it though.
It's levels to all of that. But niggas on his caliber would have never done it. That shit would have been behind the scenes, swashed and over with. He went to the internet.
They live their life online, so I mean,
dude, Jay Prince ain't supposed to be living nothing online.
I'm talking about NBA YoungBoy and the rest of the young rappers.
It don't matter. Jay Prince don't. He's the OG and the adult of that. He's the OG and he's the adult. I done seen a lot of stuff take place. You know what I'm saying? Behind the scenes. Do you hear me? I ain't never seen nobody of his caliber. That's what I'm talking about. Do what he did. unless it was for a reason. That's what I'm saying. Like, do
Okay.
NBA young boy and them do stuff? Yeah, they children. They don't know no better.
Okay, but that's what I told you earlier. Nobody that young is gonna listen to an older black man.
He was gonna listen to him if he wouldn't have done it the way he did him. Young boy said that. If he wouldn't have got online like you the Godfather, let me tell you something. Them young people live to die. You feel me?
Yeah, but
They
that's not a war. That's not a war he could win, though. I mean,
you talking about listen. I never dispute nothing about what you saying. Listen to me. He did not. Them young people live to die. They don't expect to see 25. Young people tell me that all the time when they're in the street. That's why they're not scared of nothing. They're not scared of nothing. That boy didn't care about what he told Jay Prince. He didn't care if Jay Prince was going to send whoever at him. He didn't care about that because they live to die. I'm just keeping it real. That's why I felt what he said was very disrespectful. Like, obviously, I probably just wouldn't have responded because the caliber he's on, right? But I mean, probably I would have, but like the caliber he's on or whatever, I just probably wouldn't respond, but it just wouldn't be him because he's in the public eye not to respond to somebody putting a video like that. Whether it's going to threaten his life or not.
But think about it like what I'm saying. If he had somebody around him that said, "Hey, man, we came to his city. Let's show him some respect and learn from him and see what we could do. What we could get."
Like that, though. Huh? It was like that. He felt disrespected for what he did online.
Yeah, but when we dealt with older people, it didn't matter if they disrespected us because they were our elders.
It's supposed to be a goon. That's just dead. Like, I'm just keeping it real. Like, that's dead to another young man out here thinking like he Iron Chest child.
Okay, think about it. I don't know if you see some of the arguments I get into it with.
I do.
All the guys.
I do.
All the guys. All the guys that I argue with in that Baton Rouge group are dudes that were raised by women. They don't have no men in their life, so they come with all that old emotional bullshit. And
all men are emotional. Whether it comes down to a woman making you, all men are emotional.
No,
even because, yes, it is. A woman can look. Hey, something break you down. I don't give a damn how hard you are. Something it will break you down.
Not Facebook posts. You'll never see me talking about going to kill somebody over a Facebook post.
Somebody wanted to kill you?
Yeah, these niggas will send me all kind of shit on Facebook, and I just laugh because I know the reason why they are the way they are.
It ain't about no women. They just some bitch ass niggas.
Yeah,
that's all. All them bitches. I'm just sorry for saying it that way. You a coward. If you even tell somebody you're gonna kill them, that means you ain't finna kill them, especially on live.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I had a girl told me drop my location. I dropped my address in Florida. I say, so I said, I'm gonna wait at the airport for you. She said, I hate you, bitch. When I used to be on this heavy, when I was on, you used to see me on here heavy, talking shit to everybody. I dropped my address in Florida. I said, let me know when you're on your way so I can be at the airport waiting for you. Because I'm gonna stump your motherfucking ass. You better ask somebody who you're talking to. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hey, that's why I stay in Texas, because the gun laws out here, Louisiana behind on their gun laws. So I love the laws out here in Texas. I mean, somebody come in your yard is all she wrote.
But in Florida, stand your ground.
Yeah, that's the same thing out here. You don't have to see in Louisiana. You still got to drag them inside your doorpost. That's the only way you could get away with it.
A friend girl of mine, nigga, tore ass up. They told her because she turned around, she had a chance to get away. She killed his motherfucking ass and had to do 8 years behind it. Never got in trouble day in her life. He whooped her, walked away. She went to, I guess, the car or purse, tired of him beating her, ready to, Sending the nigga heaven. You hear me? She sent them there, but she got in trouble for it.
I ain't gonna lie to you. That's why I tell you, I had to
That's
leave
what I
Baton Rouge
feel
because I
about.
couldn't stop. I couldn't stop getting in trouble when I was there. That was a 30-year-old man shooting at people.
Well, guess what? You gotta be blessed and be grateful. You get what I'm saying? You went through all those trials and tribulations for a reason, right? And it like everybody come in your path some kind of way for a reason. You get what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah.
and I mean we have to like even if it's good or bad, that bad was to teach you something. You know, that's what I feel like. Anything bad that came my way, it was to teach me something and prepare me for something else. You get what I'm saying? Because something might happen even worse that I have to be okay. You know, I'm gonna have to be prepared and ready for whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So you just never know. Like you knew that you had to leave. I knew I had to leave. You know what I'm saying? Because everywhere I go, they knew me. They knew me. They knew my kids. I want to raise my children in a certain way. So you either leave and make it better or do better for yourself. You get what I'm saying? So I chose to leave. And I'm content. You know what I'm saying? Baton Rouge is my home, but I don't miss it. And it's sad that you can go home and not care about going to see your family. That's
shit. I'll be ready to go after I've been there for a few hours. I know a couple people like that. They say they could get there on a Friday and leave out Saturday at noon because
and they have a can of world.
Yep, it's like you've left all that hurt and pain down there, and every time you go, it reminds you of something that happened to you.
Like when I tell you, I went the last time I went. Remember, I said I had to stay a few days because I had to, I faced whatever it was. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I tell you, I ain't talked to nobody, like nobody. Like I went for my peace, for me, my peace. I went and did everything I felt I needed to do. And I just sit there the second to last day, I just sit in the hotel, right?
Right.
And relax. And just like, this chapter close. You get what I'm saying? You know, you don't got to run no more. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to run and people looking at you thinking everything all right and it's not, or they expect you to be iron chest Charlie because that's what they know you to be, And they don't think like you run off emotions or you have things bothering you because it's like you either always doing something or you always not showing weaknesses, when I watched my mama get killed, then my baby's father, he got killed before I had my first daughter. I had to be strong from that day on.
Damn.
Because when it happened to me when I was 8, I watched the man killed her. Then I was 21, going to be 22 to have her, and he got killed, right? So I knew then some kind of way I was supposed to have been something strong or something different, but I just couldn't get it. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't understand because I was running, not knowing I'm running, but I'm running from whatever it is. And so when I got to Florida, like those just like boom, 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 opening. Everything I never in my life thought I would be doing, I'm doing, and that's the blessing that you get when you done went. Like if you done went through all them streets and you done duck corners and you done survived a lot of stuff because I have, and like I said, my story is to be told, but not at, until I complete, you know what I'm saying? And when you get in a peaceful spot, the only thing I'm not at peace with is like making sure my 2 boys doing what they supposed to do. But other than that, when I tell you I am at peace with everything, I know what I have to do. You got lawyers involved, let them take care of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Business is going, like the devil is trying to come in and steal joy all the time. Like I tell these young people like all the time, like y'all you don't understand. your mama letting you stay till like 18, 19 and try to go to school, whatever you trying to do for free. How you want to go stay on your, what's wrong with you? Like if I had the ability to, as a team, right? If I had the ability to be at home, who wants to leave out? I guess this thing must have came up. Hello. Okay, I didn't see that. But anybody, we're done for the rest of the night. Y'all, okay. I guess he's coming back on.
All right.
Yeah, we've been on a long time. I see you in an hour, and so we should have been done in 45 minutes ago, but we rolled, so we on. But you know, it was nice talking with you.
Hey, why don't you do it like this? Why don't you break in if something major happens and we do like 10 minutes if you have a major breaking story. Other than that, we just do Wednesdays at 8.
I think that's what I want to do, you know. Like okay, let's get off here because it's gonna go live on Instagram. All right. Y'all, thank y'all for watching. Bye bye.